How's it going, YouTube? This is Paul of PM Designs, and this is the Photo Talk episode number 7, and this is the holiday gift guide for photographers and videographers. If you're looking to get that special someone in your life, or a family member or a friend who's into photography or videography, this is my by no way all-inclusive gift list for the holidays, birthdays, whatever you want to get. First off, this is going to be broken down into 2 categories for the most part. You kind of call it 3, but mainly 2. The first one's going to be if you know their gear. And in this list, we're going to include such things, lenses. If you're going to need to know the body that they have, know the mounts, Nikon, Canon, Pentax, Sony, all of those. But you can get them different kind of lenses. If they're looking for a specific lens, great. If not, some kind of creative lens. Or if they are just getting into it, a basic prime lens, the Nifty 50, the Shorty 40, the little pancake lens that Canon has. Nikon also offers some lenses that are reasonably priced. As well as you can even get some full manual lenses if that's what they're looking for. They also offer some creative lenses. I have my Holga lenses, as well as you can get them lens baby lenses, which are really creative. You can kind of adjust the focus and have part of the frame in focus and the rest of it real blurry. Those are really nifty. Some extension tubes. I have my 25mm extension tube, and it shortens the focal length of the lens, so you can, or not the focal length, but the focusing distance, so you can do some macro type photography with it. And those are really good. I recommend spending a little bit more money getting the ones that actually connect the camera's electronics through it. They have some that don't, that are a little cheaper, but get the ones that, unless they're using manual lenses, get the ones that will allow the lens to still talk to the camera. You can get them flashes. I recommend getting them a nice manual flash, a Yongnuo YN560. I have one. I love it. They're pretty inexpensive, about $60 or so, but it's really fun. Speaking about flashes, radio triggers are great. You can spend, you can get some basic ones if they're just getting into off-camera flash, or if you want to help them get into off-camera flash. If they're already using off-camera flash, find out what they're using and get them some more receivers for that kit. That way they can have multiple off-camera flashes, and they can expand their abilities. Batteries, memory cards, great options. You can never have too many batteries in my mind. If their flashes are using AA or AAA batteries, most of them use AA's. I have a couple video lights that use AAA batteries though, but get them set up with some good quality rechargeable batteries for those. That way they're not filling up the landfill with batteries. They're able to recharge them, so they don't have to keep spending money on non-rechargeable batteries. If they print their own work, you can get them. I'm trying to check my levels here. You can get them ink and paper for their printers. That's always, it's the consumables that they're using. Good options. Different filters for their lenses. They have a couple that are more creative type filters. You can also get them neutral density filters that'll drop out some of the light so they can get long exposure shots, and you get that nice, if you're shooting, stuff with water, and give it kind of that milky look. Looks kind of cool. Circular polarizers for when they're shooting, to knock out some of the reflections and stuff, and help make their shots look better. Because it's all about getting the shot right in the camera. So anything that'll help them with getting the shot the way it should be, in the way that they want in the camera, will always help. Let's see. Shutter releases. You can get them shutter releases for their camera. That way they don't have to be poking at that shutter button on the camera. They can have the camera all set up on the tripod, hit the button, the camera doesn't move. They offer a couple different types. Some interface with the cell phone. Some will allow you to set where it'll take a picture every minute, every couple of seconds, just depending on how you set the trigger. And it'll let you be able to create a time lapse of, whatever you want, the clouds moving, the sun moving across the sky, just different stuff. It gives you more creative options. And like I said, with having it to where it locks you can have the camera and you don't have the camera shake. That also helps with doing macro photography. Another thing that kind of crosses, the boundary between knowing what they have and not knowing is camera bags. You can get them camera bags that vary in size. I recommend getting stuff that doesn't scream camera gear. A bunch of companies offer gear that is just very basic looking. It could be a messenger bag type setup to where, you could have a notepad and pens in there for all anyone knows. You could have books for work. So they don't scream, expensive gear is in this bag, but they look nice. And you can, like I said, with the bags, get them something that they can grow into. If you're going to get them something, don't get them like a little bag, unless of course, you know them well and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for something for just, the camera and a lens or two, then get them that if that's what they've been wanting. But if you're not sure what they want, get them something that'll hold some gear, or if you're going to get them something like a roller bag or something, get them something that will hold more than the gear that they have, so they can use it to store all their gear when they're at home, or if they're going to when they grow with their equipment and their knowledge, they can pack more accessories into it. Roller bags, shoulder bags, any of those, sling bags, stuff like that. If they're the kind of person that's into video or getting into video, microphone's great option. They have different styles. Some will attach into the hot shoe mount. If they don't, you may need to pick them up like a little bracket or something that they can screw into the tripod thread. Like I say, I like to, when I get someone a gift, I like to make sure that, if they need something else for that gift, that they have all of it. They're not having to go and spend the same amount of money I just spent on their gift just to be able to use it. It's kind of defeats the purpose in my mind. But video mics that attach on the camera, lapel mics. This is one of those things where you need to know what kind of camera they have to make sure that they can actually plug a microphone into it. If not, maybe you want to look at getting them some kind of digital recorder, like a Zoom recorder or a Tascam recorder. Or even if they're looking at putting stuff together on the computer, maybe a good USB microphone for the computer. Another option is getting them software. You can get them memberships. Adobe has their new Creative Cloud. You can get them a year membership to that. I know if someone did that for me, I'd really appreciate it. That'd be, it's something that I really personally wouldn't spend the money on because I'm doing what I need with what I have. But if someone got that for me, I'd be more than happy to get that. You can also buy them editing software that is a one-time purchase thing. And just, get them the latest version. Just make sure it's software that they don't already have. Unless it's like, the Creative Cloud, you could possibly buy them. I don't know how it works 100%, but you could possibly buy them more time with it. Buy them another year onto their subscription that they already have, or buy them another 6 months and add that onto their subscription that they already have. Save them some money, some more of their profit from their work goes into their pocket versus going into overhead for their business or their hobby, whichever way. Clothing, I'm starting to this is starting to transition into the don't know their gear so much. Gloves, they make special gloves that work with touch screens. Where I'm at, it doesn't really get cold enough, and I only have one camera, plus my phone that has a touch screen. The rest of them, just buttons and dial type interface. But gloves that work with touch screens, great to have, because you can use that not just with your cameras, but with your phones, your tablets, some of the newer computers. Hats, shirts, jackets. You can get them. Maybe they have a photographer they like, and that photographer sells merchandise. Get them something like that. If they're starting out their own brand, maybe get them some clothing with their logo screen printed or embroidered on it. I'm sure they'd really love that. Different stuff. Some camera manufacturers offer different clothing options. Check those out. you kind of want to know, what gear they're shooting with. Because if I'm shooting with Canon stuff, I don't want a Nikon jacket or a Nikon shirt. Now, getting into if you don't know what gear they have, and more than likely, this is going to be the majority of people, but hopefully not. Or, you probably, if you're going to give them something for their photography stuff, try to find out what it is they want or what gear they're using, whether, asking a friend of theirs or their spouse, or, if you're not the spouse. But, asking people that know them, if you don't want to just ask them directly to give away that you're getting them something for their cameras. Or, even ask them, hey, I'm looking at buying a camera. What do you have? What can you recommend me? If they say this, do you say, well, do you have one? No, I have this model. Check it out. Maybe get to know what gear they're shooting with. Use your imagination. Just don't do anything illegal. So if you don't know their gear and you really can't find out what gear they have, another way that you can actually find out what gear they have is if they upload their photos. You can go into the metadata of it, and you can find out what camera they're using, because likely the camera they're using for their photos is probably the camera they have, unless they're borrowing a camera from somebody. But tripods, great option. I have a few different tripods that I use, ranging from little small tabletop tripods to full on. I can extend the thing, and thing's almost 7 feet tall. Another thing going with tripods is flash stands, ones that you can put a hot shoe flash in if they have a flash to help them get into off-camera flash. This also kind of goes back with the radio triggers. Flash stands, pretty much they just clamp to the hot shoe on it. You can go to your local camera shop, check out the stuff they have, get recommendations on gear. Soft boxes, umbrellas for their flashes with the light stands and everything. Make sure you get them the brackets and stuff, because you do need brackets for soft boxes, and you do need mounts to accept an umbrella, the shaft part of the umbrella. Also, if they're doing video, you can get them a backdrop support, or if they're doing photography, backdrop support. If they're doing video, maybe some green screen material with the backdrop support. They sell some kits that include, the stands for the backdrop support, and they'll include the chroma key green and a black and a white background cloth. And you can kind of get those in kits. You can get them if they're doing video, maybe some good constant video lights. The incandescent ones put out a lot more heat, so fluorescent, LED, stuff like that. Camera straps. I've started using I haven't bought a nice heavy duty one, and I haven't tried the one I bought on my DSLR, but shoulder straps, great to have. They're a lot more comfortable, especially if you're going to be lugging the camera around for a long time. The neck straps tend to get uncomfortable in the neck. Cleaning supplies. You can buy them, lens cloths, the little blowers to blow the dust off the sensor and off the lenses, because, you don't really want to start wiping on that lens with a lens cloth if there's, grit and dirt on there, because that'll just put little scratches in the lens, and you do not want that. Maybe get them a gift card to get some work printed, or if you can get some of their work that they're happy about, get it on a CD or a little thumb drive, bring it somewheres, get it printed for them, maybe put in a frame so they can hang it, a lot of options with that. Aluminized prints look great, easy maintenance, in my opinion, great idea. Memory, this is where I'm across the boundary a little bit. If you're getting stuff like flash cards and SD cards, make sure you know what the camera they're using. Make sure it's not too big for the camera to recognize, or make sure it's a high-speed card that so it'll work better with them shooting video. Or external hard drives, great to get. I know some of them are kind of Mac or PC specific. I'm not as big into computers as I used to be, but just external hard drives, great. I know I'm filling up the one I have pretty quickly with these videos and photos and everything, filling it up. Another cool thing, which I personally don't have any, but if someone got me, I'd be really happy. Lens mugs. They look like a lens, but they're a mug / thermos that you can put your coffee into or your tea, and you can bring it with you. They sell them individually. I think I've seen some sold in sets where it's like little tumblers basically, so you can pour some drinks and stuff for dinner. If the family's kind of into photography, it'd be kind of a cool idea. Camera shop services. Go into your local camera shop, get them a gift card for lens cleanings, camera cleanings, training, different stuff like that if they offer it. Some of them may offer gift cards to the whole store where they can get work printed, they can get services done, they can get training classes. Just go to your local camera shop, see what they have. Also, speaking of training, you can get them gift cards or pay for a training course with their favorite photographer people, and that's something that it would be an extra treat, because I know personally I've looked at some of those courses and they're a little more than my budget will allow, but if someone got me a membership, I'd be really happy. Or not a membership, but membership to some of these training people that put out a lot of different material. There's a bunch out there. Or get them a weekend course in flash photography, or whatever. If that's something that maybe they wouldn't be too interested in going to, or they don't have the time for that, DVDs, books, any online training stuff, all great options, and you can get those ranging in prices. Especially if you go on the internet and you do a little searching, or you go talk to the local camera shop, I'm sure they'll be able to point you in the right direction. That's what they do. But biggest thing is and also I don't know how much I mentioned it, but going to your local camera shop is probably the best idea, because they can point you in the right direction as far as gear and recommendations, and you can let them know what it is, what your budget is, and they can kind of get you set up with the right gear. Also, because you are buying it as a gift, it's always a good idea to get it at a local shop. I know sometimes you can find stuff cheaper online, but if it's a gift and you're not 100% sure on it being what they want, if it's in person, you can make sure what the return policy is, and it'll be a lot easier that they can just bring it back and get the correct item, because the last thing is to be stuck with a high-priced piece of gear that you have no way of returning it, and you can't get in touch with the company you bought it from. So I recommend local camera shops, and this is my, by no way, shape, or form, totally conclusive or inclusive gift list for the holidays and birthdays and all those other little special occasions. But thanks for watching, and have happy holidays. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. It helps me know that you like my content, and helps me bring in more content to like this. Also, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. The more viewers I have, the better, and the more encouraged I am to make more content. So thank you for watching. This has been the Photo Talk episode number 7, the Holiday Gift Guide edition.